Hey guys, this is Jenna with Hill Valley Farm, and today I wanted to go over some updates on who has freshened and what kids we have. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, Ventress says hello. Hello to all the viewers. Yes, Twist says the same. Ventress is a little more in your face. And here comes Butter. Oh, Butter. You gonna tell everybody all about it? So on May 26th, Hill Valley D, I'm a Believer, freshened with a single buckling. I had counted one on ultrasound, and here he is in all his glory. He is a little solid guy. I really like him. The sire is, of course, Kaysville Farm AX Leroy, and I say of course because he looks just like Leroy and has the same like snout and everything. So he is adorable. And being a buck, and Amma is in here just chowing down on some alfalfa. We typically leave this closed off because this is the ones in milk, their stall at night. However, we need to clean it out, and I had the alfalfa feeder really full of stems, and so the best way to get rid of all those stems is to let the whole herd in. And so they have cleaned it up. The only stems left are in the bottom of the feeder there. That is actually a plastic bowl, heavy duty plastic bowl. I love this feeder from Sidel. We actually purchased it at Nationals when we were there. That was my plan. You don't have to pay taxes when you're there. You just pay cash, and they have everything on hand. And so I really love this feeder for the girls' alfalfa. And so they have been enjoying it. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but Josie May is like standing in the middle. And this right here is the reason why I don't let the herd in every single day. Next to freshen was sweet little Hill Valley Graceful Aurora here. Aurora freshened with 4, quad doelings. And it was interesting because she actually freshened, oh goodness, I can't remember what day it was, but it was a little early. It was earlier than she should have freshened. My feelings were not hurt though, because I was really concerned about her leaving her if she was still due, because we had a big show we were attending in Harriman and on June 6th. And so I was contemplating and making a decision if I wanted to induce her, and I didn't have to. So I was actually very, very glad I did not have to induce this girl. She freshened again, like I said, with quad does. Sadly, one of the does was DOA. She had been for a little while, and I do think that's what caused her to go into a little bit premature labor. And I can't find her babies right now, and I really want to show them to you because they are absolutely beautiful. Sometimes they hide in here, but I'm not seeing them. Here's one, the gold one right there, the little gold one. There's one of them, and she's got 2 others. One is a flashy buckskin, and the other is a solid cream, just like Aurora. Well, she's got a little bit of gold on her, and I will find them and show. Oh, hi, Ventress. Ventress wants to say hello again. Why are you looking at babies when you could be looking at me? So anyways, that is the gold one. She is lovely, lovely. This was a repeat breeding because I wanted to repeat it because I loved the buckling that Aurora and Leroy produced last year, and I was hoping to get a doe out of this year. And so fortunately, I got 3 does. So that is a really good deal, and I'm very happy. We will be retaining one. I don't know which one yet, but I am watching them grow, and so I'm going to try and locate the other 2 here in just a little bit. Okay, found them. So here they are. There's the cream one and the flashy buckskin, and as you can see, this gold one, she is actually double their size. It's hard to see right here up, but she is. Every time we weigh them, she's exactly double. But like I said, they're so healthy, doing so incredibly good. And so I'm very happy with them. They're friendly, and it's just a really, really good thing. Sky, that was not very nice. No. So anyways, we love them. Caden has named this one Hill Valley. It'll be LR American Paint. I have named this one Hill Valley LR American Spirit, and we're still working on this one. So, but yeah, I was sad about the one that didn't make it. I don't, you never know what happens. She could have easily gotten hit. I just don't know. But at least we have 3 that are healthy, and that was a really wonderful thing. So, and they, if you watch my Instagram, I post, and Facebook, I posted a reel of them climbing all over the straw, and it is just absolutely adorable. So they're really fun. The next one to freshen is Hill Valley G Peanut Butter. Peanut freshened on Saturday, June 13th, this past Saturday, and she freshened with twin bucklings. Here's one of the little guys, isn't he so cute? And the other one is hiding under her, and she's a little nervous because, well, Maisie wants some airtime too, huh? Yes, you do. So anyways, Peanut is our yearling milker for this year. We bred her. She is obviously out of the butter line, and all of Butter's daughters pretty much freshen when they're a year old, just because they grow so fast and so big, and that's what Peanut did. And so, yes, you did. You did really good, and we're so proud of you. Yes, I know. And so, you feel like you're breeding a baby, really, and then when they kid, you feel like they're still a baby. So we're just extra careful with her in that, you just have a little extra patience. And she's actually done really well. The first couple of times getting on the milk stand was not easy, but this morning she did really, really good. And so we're very proud of our Peanut and her little boys. Now, these guys are sired by Hill Valley LR McLeod of Sky. So these are McLeod's kids. He has had kids before. Those were Daisy's. Obviously, they did not make it, sadly, because they were born just way too premature. So I can't say that they're the first kids on the ground of his, but they are the first that were ready, not premature. And so she went, oh goodness, 2 days after, I think. Yeah, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, so 2 days. So she was 147 days gestation, which is great. And like I said, she did really, really well. And they're really, really cute and sweet. You wanting to nibble on my hand. She is precious, you guys. I just love her. She's just a good, sweet girl. Yes, you are. So we're excited, really excited to see an udder on her. She does have some smaller teats than I'm used to, but we'll just kind of have to see how she matures and how that goes. But I'm thinking her boys might be polled, so that'll be nice. It's always good when you don't have to just bud. But because, she's a first freshener yearling, I really don't know what to expect out of her. And their sire is a brand new buckling in my program from last year. I do want them to be pets. We want to see what we got before we, release some bucks into the oversaturated market. But Peanut did really, really good. So next on the kidding schedule is this beautiful, beautiful girl. And first of all, I just want to say I love summer and I love these willows. I love anything green. So this is like, to me, the perfect picture. So this is Cindy Lou, and Cindy Lou is looking like an adult finally. She has been a long, awkward, gangly teenager for quite some time, and all of a sudden she's got that depth to her now. I see a really nice fore-udder on her, and I know her depth might be partly from her being bred, because she is heavily bred. She's due the 21st. And today is the 15th. So not too much longer. Yes, I said those words. And she will be kidding out. So I'm excited to get an udder on this girl. She's one of our ex-daughters, and her dam is Faylene. And so we're just really, really excited to see what she can do. And I really do love the maturity that I have seen in her just in the last little bit. Ventress, she's a slow grower. She's a 2-year-old, just like Cindy Lou. And you can see she's a slower grower. So, and then here's Fortissimo, same age, really matured this year after freshening, and just lovely, lovely doe, conformation, udder, everything, the whole package. We love Fortissimo. So I really like showing these girls to you guys because you might remember them as kids, and they really just mature. And here's Lola. She's one of the yearlings that she's dry, but she'll be bred this fall. And so she's really looking good as well. So every year we obviously retain several doelings. And over the last couple years, we've actually retained more than we ever had before. We have let some of those go over the years just because we realize we can't possibly, or really we just don't want to freshen that many first fresheners in a year. And so that is always something that's common. We'll look at them, we'll watch them grow, and then we make decisions. And so with also those kinds of decisions, we also let adults go, and ones that are in milk. And so every year for the last few years, we've let milkers go. And so, last year was no exception, and this year isn't either. And so I wanted to kind of go over with you guys who we have let go this year, because it does impact the herd, and it's ones that you probably may be surprised that I let go of. The first one that we let go of was Lila Grace. Lila, she was 7 years old this year. She has given us over the years several daughters. She has really given to our program more than most. She is a beautiful doe, and she went in milk to someone who wanted her in milk. And not only did she go in milk, but she actually got to go with her daughter. And that was a big stipulation of mine. I always wanted her, if she left Hill Valley Farm, because she was born here, I wanted her to go with a daughter or a kid of hers. And so it was just perfect. It was absolutely perfect. The lady that was on reservation for her doeling, she took her. And so I am grateful because, you milk a doe for that many years. Lila and me and Caden, we go way back. And so that was really special. She's older, she needs a little bit different management. And so the lady that got her, she totally, is for it. And I'm just, you're so grateful for those who purchase from you that love them as much as you do, or at least try to, And so that was Lila. The next one that we let go was Hill Valley Roll the Dice. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but yes, Dicey ended up going to her new home just the other day. Who is fighting behind me? I think it's Puff. Puff, do we want to say something to the group? And so she left the other day, Thursday, and that was rough. I ain't gonna lie. I was attached to Lila, and I was definitely attached to Dicey. Anyone that knows me knows that Dicey was my girl. I could call out in the field, and Dicey, I would call her name, and she would come running. And so Dicey also went with her kid. She had that single buckling, and he was healthy and great, and they just wanted a milker and really a pet that they could breed. And Dicey is that. And she's just a wonderful pet. And so, we let her go. And the next one that we let go, and this was also a hard one, was, and Butter's going to help me say this one, aren't you? Yeah. Hill Valley Buttery Mayhem. So Mayhem was the second daughter that we got out of Butter here. And Mayhem was a lovely, beautiful doe. She was very dairy, and really for our herd, she was too dairy. We need more strength than we do dairiness. We've got the dairiness. We're there, aren't we? Yep, we've got the dairiness. We just need the strength. And her dam has it, don't you? Yeah, she's got the strength. But I didn't want the too dairy to affect us, because we are breeding them, and you have a name, and you're putting those does out there, or their kids out there in your name. And so it's just really important to kind of watch our program and to make sure that we're not putting something too much out there. So she went to a home that needed some dairiness and that can appreciate her volume of milk and her udder. And so that's really, really important to us. And she was a repeat buyer. She actually got Legendary last year out of Daisy and X. And so that was really, really wonderful. I'm so happy with where she went. Now, watching Mayhem drive away, Kaden and I, that was hard, But again, we look out for them. We are the person that can, help them find the best home possible. And I feel like we did just that. And so, I know, yeah. But sometimes it's hard, and we miss them, yeah. So anyways, that's who has left. Now, what does that mean? I mean, obviously, we kept Mayhem's daughter, so that was important to me. She does not like me still. I think I said that before. I love her. She does not like me, but hopefully that'll change as she grows. And for Lila, she left with a daughter, but we also retained her daughter from this year. And that's Josie May. And we also, we bred Risky in hopes of getting another daughter. I did confirm Risky, and she was confirmed bred. However, when I went to count, I couldn't see anything. It's over 90 days, and I can't feel anything. Now, does that mean she's not bred? No. She is a very deep doe, and she's a little bit older. Sometimes it's harder to feel, and so I'm still hopeful she might be, but I'm very doubtful. So I'm not getting my hopes up. Kind of the same thing with Sky over there. Sky's right there. She might be. I just can't feel anything, and I couldn't see anything again when we were counting. And that's not, normally when you're counting, you find it immediately. So there is a chance they both flipped them. It's like I was telling my mentor, Patty. I have, Nigerian dwarfs are known, you can breed them year round. I have not been successful doing that. My does come into, hi Sky, come into strong heats, starting in August, and they go through December. And then that's about it. Sometimes you'll have one in January pop up, maybe February, but so when that window is open, that's why we tried to breed always, when they're, if you want to breed them and go ahead and get it done if you see them in heat. Now, we did sync them. I synced Risky. And I attempted Risky several times. And so I remember last time she had a hard time getting bred. And I'm trying to breed her with a buck that doesn't live here. So that might be the problem. I might end up just having to use someone here or AI her. I don't know. But, and then there's Sky here. I don't know. Are you bred? I couldn't feel anything, but I might be able to. But they don't like it when you wrap your arm around them and you start trying to feel, like I'm trying to feel right now. And she's like, I don't know what you're doing back there, but I'd rather you scratch my head. So I have only been successful once breeding one for August, and that was Irma. And she had a single doe that year. And I've always tried to breed for, August, October. I'm never successful. Some people are, I'm just not. And it's okay. I'm not upset about it or anything. So Cindy Lou may be our end of our kidding season for 2026. I just don't know yet. I should probably pull the ultrasound machine out and try to ultrasound Sky again. But that's the lowdown on who has left and who might or might not be bred. I do want to say one thing, and this will be in closing. This is Butterfly's first daughter, Butterfinger. Now, Butterfinger is open this year. I did not breed her. She sat on the sidelines. And so when you keep a doe that looks like this on the sidelines, that's actually not good. I should have bred her. And I kick myself pretty much every day for not breeding her. Butterfinger is a very, very beautiful doe. Lengthy, long. She tracks really nicely. Really wonderful angulation. And she also has a beautiful memory. So when you look at your does and you decide what avenue you want to take, what do you like, what do you not like, I really struggle with, I don't like bad front ends and I don't like loose elbows, and some of the does that were let go had that. I mentioned Mayhem. She was just too dairy, and that was her only drawback, really. But Butterfinger is dairy, but she's also got strength to match. Peanut is dairy. She's got strength to match. So that was a really great breeding that I did. This one, Butterfinger's sire is Archimedes. Peanut's sire is Golden, who is Archimedes' son. So I like that. I'm glad I went with that. I'm considering repeating Golden with Butter again, but I might. Sorry, Butter. You're going to make me fall, Ventress. But you also want to try different things. And so, Butter, she's a large doe. You got to kind of, and she produces large kids. That's Pecan. Looks just like Butter. Same color and all. And her sire is X. And so that was a really good breeding. I'm happy. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys hear that. It's the peafowl, and for some reason it freaks the goats out. And so if you ever want to clear a barn out, get a peacock or a peahen. So anyways, whatever that was about, everybody's upset. You guys can come on in. But anyways, you should never, I would not sideline Alice. And I'm not going to sideline Sky. It's just not a good thing to do. And when you start sidelining them, that means you have too many. And so that's when you really need to make cuts. And so we're making cuts. Another one that left, and I didn't talk about her, she was a yearling, is Bonnie. Hill Valley Bonnie Wee Bluebell. She went with some kids, actually Fortunato, Fortissimo's son. And see, this is another reason why we don't like. That's a big yearling so that's not cool. Inside the hay feeder, lovely. Anyway, so Bonnie left, and the ones that are for sale is that one right there in the hay feeder, Moon Pie. She's actually been for sale for a while. I don't know why she's not left. This is not her normal shenanigans during the day. And sadly, I am going to say Ventress. Ventress is available. She's just, she's a slow grower. She is going to be beautiful. I just don't have the patience right now to wait on that. And I would love her to go to someone who has that patience. So those are the two adultish that could be bred this fall that are available. I am also planning to let go of Ima. Ima is in there somewhere. I know you can't see her, but Ima, she needs to go. She was really struggled keeping her in a pen. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find her. Yeah, there she is, fighting Gypsy. Gypsy looks like Risky. So I couldn't keep her in the kid pen with her son. I don't know what is up with that. She loves him. Don't get me wrong. She loves him and she didn't want to leave him, but she was being an idiot and she was jumping out of a pen, and I couldn't keep her in the pen. And so I am not interested in anything that I have to work harder for. I'm not in that spot in my breeding and goat tending journey where I have all the patience in the world for someone who doesn't want to stay in their pen that I put them in. And so she is going to find another home. And I would love it if she could just go with her son, and they could have him as a, pet. But that is pretty much the end of who we are letting go of. Unless I change my mind and I decide to sell someone else. But so far, I don't have any plans to do that. So that was a lot of updates. When they start kidding, right? And so, like I said, Cindy Lou is next, and we'll see after that. I'm trying to decide if I really think Risky and Sky are due. I just need to pull out the ultrasound machine and see if I see anything again. But likely Cindy Lou may be our last one to freshen, and that'll be fine. So it's been a really good year. I cannot complain. We've had a lot of doelings. This last little bit, we've had some bucklings, but Aurora really helped those numbers with those 3 doelings. So I am very appreciative of those. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It helps us more than you know. Until we see you guys again, I hope you have an awesome goat field day.